As a strike action of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, enters its 7th month, the union has insisted on the payment of salary backlog to lecturers. Speaking in an interview, the ASUU president, Emmanuel Osodeke, maintained that without the move, unfinished academic sessions should be forgotten. He further explained that though public varsities have been short since February, the lecturers should be paid since they have to teach to make up for time lost during the closure. Well, to speak more on this, legal expert legal-Ufeli joins me now. Thank you very much for joining us, Evans. Now, ASUU has been on strike since February 14 to protest the non-implementation of its demands by the federal government. But from Nigeria's labor laws, is the union entitled to pay after downing tools for more than 6 months?
Yeah, it's not the labor laws of the country that regulates the conduct of ASUUs and lecturers. It is rather the NUC Act, because the lecturers are not civil servants per se. Based on our laws, they have a special arrangement which is very contractual, and they have a right under this law to demand for university revitalization, because if you look at what led to the strike, it is an agreement they entered with the federal government in 2009, and that agreement has lingered. The federal government have consistently violated it. So I think that it is not right for the federal government to say that the university lecturers will not be paid for the time when they were on strike, for the 6 months time, because their abstinence from classes and lectures was due to the fact that the federal government have not been able to look into their demands. And these demands are not even selfish or personal to them. These are demands that is far-reaching for the development of Nigerian university and to provide all the necessary facilities that is required to revamp our educational system so that we can produce, graduates that are good enough to compete with their colleagues all over the world. So it's not right. I mean, it is not the law. There's no law that says that when a group of people or workers engage in a strike action, then they will not be paid for that period. When this is a struggle for the revampment of the Nigerian university, a struggle for a new leaf, a positive development struggle for the betterment of the Nigerian universities. Okay, so the federal government will add insult to injury if they decide to say they are not going to pay the lecturers because they were on strike. What exactly led to the strike must be interrogated alongside the strike action itself. You cannot take the strike action in isolation of the circumstances that instigated it. And the federal government itself is highly culpable of this. So if the federal government is not going to run university, then they should let the lecturers know and shut all the universities down. But if they are going to run the university system, they must listen to these lecturers. They must yield to their demands. These demands are genuine. Okay, I know there are personal demands also, which has to do with the payment, USAP and all that. But the major issue that has to do with the agreement entered between the university and the federal government have not been addressed. So, I mean, you cannot tie this action around the labor laws of Nigeria. So it is in the best interest of the federal government to address this issue and then give the Nigerian university the required funding that we take it from where it is to the next level. That is what is required in this country.
Well, indeed, legal expert legal-Ufeli, thank you very much for your time and your contribution.